Hello, hello, hello. Thank you guys once again for tuning in. This is your girl, Londa A, also known as Gorgeous Minds. How are you guys doing today? I am doing absolutely great. I'm not going to lie, I just put a whole bunch of emphasis on that because I'm definitely trying to speak that into existence. Although I am not doing bad. I'm not doing bad at all. Like, I actually feel kind of pretty okay, and I feel extremely excited and more excited when I get to talk to you guys about things and how to prosper and grow. You know, yesterday I really tried something different. I tried to talk about relationships, and as I was writing everything down, my questions and what I was going to talk about, I definitely began to sweat, and I got extremely nervous about it. Like, I was so nervous because I don't know. I think I'm just so far from the relationship experience, and also far from all of the things that happened to me in the past and things like that. And so when I tried to do this little questionnaire yesterday with my god sister and her friend, it definitely did not turn out as good as I thought it would be. I found myself being kind of irritated. I don't know. Because although I feel like a lot of our women need these many talks and understanding when it comes to knowing your worth and things like that, I just feel like prosperity is more interesting to me at this point in my life. So it was so hard to talk about that. But one day soon, when it's meant for me to talk about, I definitely will. So I just want to ask you guys, how was your 4th? Did you really enjoy your 4th? Did you guys cook some good food? Did you pop firecrackers? Did your family come over? And did you guys just have a good time? I hope you guys had a great time. You know, I really didn't think that my 4th would turn out well. Actually, let's rewind it back to the 3rd. On the 3rd, my dad came over, and you know, he showed up basically. And I'm gonna admit it right now, I wasn't too happy when I saw him. I was not too happy. I was very irritated, and I'm just wondering, like, why are you here? Why are you here? And so the reason being is because my father, he did not play a major role in my life. At one point, he was there. I would say on up to the age of maybe 11 or 12, something like that. And then, you know, a little bit older, actually. There were times where I went to his house and I spent the whole summer with him, almost every single summer. And those were basically wonderful moments. But I think majority of the time when I was there, I spent most of my time with my stepsister at the moment. So still kind of no connection with my father. And so after that whole little shindig, we got older and him and his wife departed ways. You know, he had just became so distant, and he never came around. Like, he rarely even called and things like that. And so me seeing him, it's like, why? What's the point of you showing up in my life right now? Like, what is the point? Like, I was so angry and irritated. Like, you know, like, you can't just like walk away and come back like you never left. And that's exactly how I felt. So my 3rd didn't start out too well, and it irritated me until that evening, because he decided that he wanted to spend the night. And the reason being was because, you know, he was off the next day, and he was like, you know, I'm going to cook for you guys. And anybody who knows my father, they know that he can throw down. He can cook his behind off. And so almost every, for the last few years, every holiday or so, he decided that he would just come over and cook for us. And so, you know, everybody know when he's there, like, he's gonna cook his cook and bring everybody out the woodworks. Like, no joke. And so that evening, as I went to bed, I'm just like very annoyed, and I'm just like very like, you know, wondering like why he's here. Guys, please excuse this phone, my house phone ringing in this background. So I don't want to stop, because if I do, I'm definitely going to have to start over. So I'm not going to stop. So please stay tuned in and listen to me. So I'm just laying in my bed and I'm just like very, 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 very annoyed. And I'm just like, God, like, I feel like me being angry is really, really, really creating distance and making the atmosphere extremely negative. So, what is it that I can do to make this situation better? Because most of the time we expect, that saying, like, you drink poison thinking that you're gonna kill the other person, but you're really killing yourself. That's how I felt in that moment, because my anger was really, really, really taking over me. And I didn't want to let go, but I did want to let go, because for most of the people that know me, they know that being hurt does not sit well with me. I don't like to feel that way. I don't like to have a heavy heart. I'm constantly and always trying to find solutions and how I can right my wrongs, because never and rarely do we ever sit and we think about the things that we have done to make the situation worse. We never sit down and think about what we've done. We always pointing the finger at them, although they are completely wrong. They definitely are. But we can like intercept that. We don't have to like be a reflection of how they act towards us and the things that they lack and things like that. We don't have to be that way. We can completely turn it around if we choose to change our attitude and change our way of thinking in our mind and things like that. So I was really going at war with my mind. I really, really, really was. So that night, I thought about letting it go, how I can let it go. But to be honest, I completely went to sleep on it. I let the sun go down on my anger, and I was just like, you know what, whatever. But that morning, when I woke up, my heart was so heavy. So heavy. Like, I know for sure that I immediately got up. Like, normally I would just use the restroom before I go to my place of prayer, but I immediately jumped up and I went there. No ifs, ands, and buts about it. Like, I can't remember myself saying, like, God, okay, I'm just gonna go. I need to go. I need to talk to you. I'm going in a place of prayer because this is a day I need to break something off me. This is the day I need to fight all this negative thinking that's in my mind today. Because if I don't, we're going to have the worst day ever. We really are. Because everybody knows when I'm in a mood, I really can shift an atmosphere. My negative thinking, negative actions can really shift an atmosphere, because I know that my words and my way of thinking is so powerful. It is so powerful. So I went in that place of prayer and I prayed, God, what is it that I need to do? How can I fix this situation? How can I turn it around? Because I really, really want to enjoy this day, and I don't want to be the cause of everything going sideways. I said my prayer. I got up, came downstairs, fixed breakfast. This is the day of the 4th, guys. I came downstairs and I cooked breakfast. My dad, he had already went to the grocery store to, buy some food and things like that and prepare his meal for the day. So he came back, and as I was cooking, I was listening to a sermon by Michael. He's the pastor of Transformation Church for my youth, for my teenagers, for my 20-year-old people. If you guys are looking for listen to sermons by a pastor who basically gets down on your level, explain things to a T, and just really, really, really describe the word of God in such plain context that it hits you right at home. It's not extremely, extremely convicting, but it is a little convicting. It is a little convicting. And he's just like so cool and awesome, to the point to where he helped me through a lot of things and understanding. Like, he really, really made me feel normal again at a point in my life when I did not feel normal, especially when it came to being a sexual being and stuff like that. So he really, really put me in a place of comfort with that. So if you guys are looking for sermons or pastors to listen to, I would definitely agree that you guys should check him out. His name is Michael, and his church is called Transformation Church. But anyway, so, as I'm sitting here listening to the sermon, I'm just thinking, God, like, let it go, release it. And still in my heart was heavy, but I decided to definitely go against my mind. And I was thinking, like, God, I'm going to smile through this. I am going to rejoice through this. I'm going to sing through this. So I found myself singing sweet songs and just being really silly, just trying to lighten the mood, because I know, just like I said, that I can shift atmospheres. And I know that if my anger can do it, then my love can do it 10 times better. So I decided to just really, really, really rejoice through all of how I was feeling. And those negative thoughts were still swarming in my mind. I'm like, no. You are going to turn this day around. And so as I'm talking to it, and as I'm just like praising and singing to it, surely, as I was doing that, slowly but surely, as I was doing that, everything began to fall off. All of the cloud was lifted, and the sun came in. Like, it literally came in, because although I had opened up the blinds to let the sun in so I can lighten the mood, like, at one point it didn't feel like that until my attitude gradually begins to change. My mind and those thoughts were so beat up and dead and knocked down that, the sun came shining in. And as I was doing that, I noticed his mood began to lighten up. And because he saw that I had become receptive of him, and that I was glad that he was there. And so after that moment, we had the best day ever. And so I just encourage you guys, and I motivate you guys to please, whatever it is that you are feeling against somebody who's in your presence or who's not in your presence, just to let it go, because our mind can really, 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 really keep us trapped in a place of sadness and loneliness. And even when the sun is shining, we can't see it because we so clogged up with all of this chaos and negative things in our mind about a person who has done something to us or has not done anything for us, that it just it triumphs everything. So I encourage you guys to let it go. Fight those negative thoughts in your mind. Fight it in your mind, because sometimes we are so filled up with anger. We want to make it so noticeable, and then we want it to shine so bright and sound so loud, because we want that person to see exactly what they have done to you. You want them to see what they have done. And so we think that them seeing that will help them to see how much they hurt us, that they will try and change. But we got it all wrong. That is not the case. And that goes back to me saying, drinking poison, expecting someone else to die. Like, that is not going to happen at all. Love is what triumphs everything. A positive mind is what triumphs everything. Because just like I said, when he saw my actions change and the way I thought about everything change, he had begun to change. And so we have to be the ones. We always have to be the one. The one that has done no wrong always has to be the one to right the wrongs. Always. We don't even have to physically right a wrong, but mentally we definitely do. Which is also good, because the person that has wronged you sees that you have love in your heart. You display a different way of thinking. And they want to know where they get it from. They want to know where you get that from. So, I encourage you to fight all of that negative thinking that you're thinking. And just keep on fighting. Turn it around. We got the power. The power is always in the hands of the person who feel like they have been wrong. All the time. So, right those wrongs and take the power. And I love you guys. Have an awesome and great Saturday.